Okay, Saban, I know I've made a few jokes here and there about you guys in the past, but now I want you to be completely honest with me. Are you sure you have one more episode left in the season? That this episode that I'm about to talk about is only the lead into the season's finale and not the finale itself? Okay, if you're sure. This is The Messenger. The episode opens with the Rangers celebrating their victory over the insectoids at the command center. The team reminisces about all the monsters they've fought, while Troy walks over to look at the Ranger keys deep in thought. Noah brings up that Metal Alice is still around, not sure how he knows that since the last time the Rangers saw Metal Alice she was destroyed, but the others say she's not a threat since she no longer has a leader to follow. Cut to Metal Alice searching through the wreckage of the Warstar spacecraft where she finds Brock mortally wounded but still alive. As Troy looks at the Ranger keys on the wall, he flashes back to his dream when Gia asks him what's wrong. He says he feels like things are unresolved, but Gia says that Troy is just so used to fighting that he doesn't know how to let go. Back with Metal Alice, who is building something and says that her master is better than before. Gia and Jake tell Troy to celebrate with them, but once he agrees, Tensu says he senses trouble. Gosei tells the Rangers to check out the situation, and they all leave the command center. The Rangers find a squad of Loogies and begin fighting them, observing that there is no commander before morphing into action. The Rangers fight against the Loogies once again, and with Robo Knight's help, they are all able to defeat them. Metal Alice then appears and introduces her newest creation, a cybernetic version of Brock. Metal Alice explains she found Brock barely alive and gave him a new body, saying that his memory hasn't fully restored. Brock then recognizes the Rangers as his enemies and begins attacking. The Rangers notice that there is something off about Brock, and Metal Alice explains that she made Brock more cold-blooded before Troy morphs into Ultra Mode to fight Brock. Troy is able to hold off Brock before the others arrive and also morph into Ultra Mode. Working together, the team is able to weaken Brock, but before they can finish him off, he sends a blast at the Rangers, causing them to demorph. The team then notices that Brock is with Metal Alice and say that they need to attack while Brock is still groggy, but Metal Alice reveals a missile, which she says she will send to a nearby building if the team tries to make a move. After morphing again, the team tries to figure out what to do, but are ultimately stuck. Brock arms the missile and is about to attack the Rangers, but malfunctions, forcing him and Metal Alice to retreat, but not before Metal Alice launches the missile.
Quickly, guys! Megaforce Blaster! Dynamic victory charge! That was a close call.
Well, that was awesome. As Metal Alice and Brock arrive at the underwater base, Brock starts to remember who he is before someone else enters the base. He says he is a messenger from the Armada and says that everything is ready for the Prince's invasion. Metal Alice finishes repairing Brock, who says he will be ready to hand over Earth once he defeats the Power Rangers, and the messenger asks if he can assist, which Brock responds with, "The more the mightier." Gosei dispatches the Rangers to a warehouse district where they find Brock and Metal Alice. When the messenger arrives, the Rangers question who he is, and he says he is a preview of what's to come before the villains attack. So the fight is on as Troy faces the messenger, Robo Knight fights Metal Alice, and the others take on Brock.
I shall finish you!
Master, you shielded me! Oh no, your arm has been damaged!
Hold it! I was walking away, but you dare to charge me? What a stupid way to sacrifice yourself! One more? I'm fine. Retreat!
As the villains regroup back at the base, Metal Alice thanks Brock for protecting her, and later, after watching video of his past, Brock's memory is fully restored and he swears to exterminate the Rangers like the pests they are. When Brock meets the Rangers again, he says it will be their final duel and the end of Earth's resistance. The Rangers try to use their power cards to stop Brock, but he blocks every blast, which is when Troy attacks with his sword. Brock says that Troy has improved since they last fought, but he is still outmatched. After toying with Troy for a bit, Brock defeats him and says he will allow the Rangers to live so they can witness the destruction of Earth before leaving. And the episode ends with this.
Sir, the Armada cannot be far from Earth now. Thanks to you, the Rangers no longer stand in the way of Earth's invasion. I believe it is time to inform the Armada. Tell them! As you wish, sir. Messenger reporting from Earth. The Resistance has been defeated, and you are cleared for attack. The time is at hand for the total destruction of Earth.
Affirmative!
After I watched this episode, I was under the impression that this was the season finale because there is a lot that happens in this episode, with Rock now becoming more of a threat, and I feel that showing the Armada approaching Earth would be a good cliffhanger to lead into next season. However, according to various sources such as Netflix and YouTube, there is still one more episode left to end the season. So since this is not the season finale, I guess I can only judge this episode as a lead up to the season finale. And I have to say, it's pretty good. I really like how this is the first time we've seen the dream sequence again since episode 9, and how it plays a part in Troy feeling uneasy about the team's victory over Malcor. And from there, the episode continues to build in tension with the return of Rock and some great action sequences. This is also the introduction to the Messenger, which is cool because it gives the audience a sense of how powerful the forces of the Armada are. I was a little disappointed at first that Robo Knight and Metal Alice didn't have great interactions like they did last episode, but that was replaced by Metal Alice and Rock's relationship, which is a great focus for the episode because even though Metal Alice doesn't realize it, the emotions like compassion that she says are useless are exactly what led Rock to save her. However, my favorite part of this episode is when Brock gets his memory back because then he becomes more ruthless than I've ever seen him. Still, even though I can see why Rock would want to see the Rangers suffer, I'm not all that convinced that he would let the Rangers live after fighting them for so long. But that is a minor complaint in an episode that quite honestly is worth watching because of how well all the elements are put together without feeling rushed. I'm Nick, aka IronBat1993, and I'll see you guys next time for the season finale.